G'day everybody, Matt, Dan and Sean here at McGrath in Ballarat. Just wanted to bring to you a bit of a market wrap of what's been happening in the real estate market. We're getting a lot of calls at the moment, people just saying, what's happening in the market, has it been affected? So just going to throw over to Sean and Dan just to speak about what we're seeing on the ground. And by all means, if anyone's got any questions, get in touch.
Yeah, so absolutely. As Matty just said, people on the phone at the moment, we've got time, so people are giving us a call and saying, how are we seeing it? And we certainly acknowledge that across the board, I mean, it's been widely publicised that everyone anticipated a bit of a drop in the market. It certainly hasn't been seen here in Ballarat yet, and we haven't noticed it at all. I think in the last 9 days, we've had 9 sales come together, and that's not to gloat and to sort of brag about how good we're going, but more so just to give you confidence that there's definitely still transactions happening. And that there's people out there looking to buy and there's people out there looking to sell, and it's probably just the way that we've changed the methods and the way that we go about it, but there's definitely still stuff happening.
Yeah, and Dan,
I think we've been able to focus a lot of our efforts over the last couple of weeks. We've tried to identify ways moving forward as to how we can match up some of our sellers with our buyers and that sort of thing. And it really is for us going back to the basics a little bit. We've been making a lot of calls on the ground to buyers that we've met at open homes recently, just touching base with them to see, are you still keen to buy? And if you're still keen to buy, they get thrown in the red hot basket pretty quickly. And the success that we've had, I guess, over the last week or so is testament to a lot of the work that the sales guys have been putting into matching up those buyers with either properties that we've got on our database right now or properties that we have actually got listed, or alternatively sellers that would potentially sell in the current market if there was a hot buyer that come along and would be interested in their home. So there's a couple of different ways to skin the cat, and I guess that in this market we've found some good opportunities, no doubt.
Yeah, so the off-market sales have been a real trend as far as buyers looking around. There's not as many listings we noticed this week on realestate.com that have gone live in Ballarat. So there's certainly a lot of buyers that are serious, and we've found that the people that used to browse aren't there. The ones that are looking around are certainly, they're ready to buy something. So if there are... There's
a lot more confidence with the positivity that's been in the media in the last 7 days. We've found since they've sort of started to announce that the curve's flattening a little bit and we are seeing some change with what this social distancing that's in place. I think buyers have probably noticed that and felt like maybe this big fall that was predicted in property prices maybe not going to eventuate, and that's probably why I think we've seen a lot of action in the last, those 9 sales in 9 days, but probably the majority of them have been in the last 4 or 5.
And with less properties on the market, the buyers are more concentrated on the ones that are for sale. So if there was a hesitant seller out there or somebody was thinking, well, if I got the right price, I'd probably sell. I don't really want to advertise at the moment, but if somebody's there, I'd sell. By all means, get in touch, and there might be someone there we can match up. And what have you got to lose? You haven't advertised, you haven't spent any money on marketing. Same with buyers. Get in touch. Let us know what your criteria is, and if we can help you match up to your dream property, it might not be on the market, but we've met somebody who's got a place like that. So there's opportunities out there. And I suppose what I'm noticing, and you guys have noticed it as well, is just that I think and it's already started and will continue to do with this pandemic, with people living in close proximity in areas in capital cities, there's going to be a real push to regional markets. Ballarat was already on the radar, but I think it'll be even more so, good schools and clean air and bigger blocks and that sort of thing, and affordability. There'll be a lot of downsizing of the mortgage.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Ballarat was a destination town before COVID-19. I've got no doubt that and we know that when these things happen, there's obviously a period where it becomes a boom period at the end of all this. I think that Ballarat absolutely will be a boom town and a destination town at the end of all this as well.
Yeah. And that is probably it. I mean, if we notice that everything has slowed off a little bit, and yes, that 9 sales in 9 days is probably a little bit of a spike in that, but definitely across the board, like we just mentioned earlier, there's been a drop in the amount of listings go on. There's definitely a drop in activity across the board, no questions asked. But I think what we're noticing is as there's light at the end of the tunnel and people start to get a little bit of confidence back, I feel that when we get to the end of this thing, and once we do come out the other side, it's going to bounce, and it's going to bounce back very hard and quick. And that's where Dan just mentioned a bit of a boom at the end of it. I think once confidence is back and everyone's back to work and things get back to a little bit of normality, the confidence will skyrocket and we'll see a big boom here in Ballarat.
Yeah, but ultimately we're here to advise. So if anybody isn't sure about what they should do, we're not going to force you down one particular path. We're here just to, if you want to get us on the end of the phone or an email or a text and just say, this is what we're thinking, what's happening in the market, pick our brains. That's what we enjoy doing. We like talking to people about real estate. So, get in touch with whichever method you choose, and we'd be happy to help.
And just on touch on the rental side of things, I guess, for our landlords, if anybody's watching, just feel free again to get in touch with us. Obviously, there's been a little bit of miscommunication with the government, etc., and it hasn't been all that clear in terms of some of the directives that they've given to tenants and to landlords, etc., surrounding rent reductions and handouts, etc. So look, just give us a call if you've got any questions. We're happy to take your calls, and hopefully we can shed some light on the situation.
All right, well, take care, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Cheers, guys. See you soon.